Hello to all of YouTube, ThomastheSmallEngine, and I am here again with another customs video, this time on Ryan. Since everybody knows the big problem with his model was that he was too small and looked just like Thomas's shape, there were a few people that decided to go and make customs of him, and if you saw my birthday video, I bought the materials to do so, a whiff and a take and play Ryan. And I have completed my project. Here he is. Here you can see the take and play Ryan that I used with the face taken off, put on right there. I thought here the Japanese trains technique was a pretty good one because width is the right size and shape for a GNR N2, and Ryan's wooden railway face is a little big, especially for width smoke box. I painted him with purple paint, but I didn't exactly have the correct shade of purple because what I bought in the stores was with a little more of a bluish tone of purple. So I had to mix the paint in with red. And since mixing paints means I have a limited time before it dries, because I can't go and make more unless I want to risk the paint not matching, you'll see in a couple places on this model there are a few spots where it's not quite finished. Spots where I didn't see it at the time, but as it dried, they just opened up. So there's not too much I can do about that, but I hope the aesthetic of the model overall kind of distracts from that. Also, another thing I lifted from here at the Japanese train is his technique with the wheels. I painted these in the same shade of purple, and I made them really waxy and glossy by using clear nail polish, which I had used before on my Merlin custom, which is where here the Japanese train first used it, and on my E2s. So this preserves the purple paint and it makes them look really glossy. And I don't know how well the camera's picking it up, but they are glossier in person than they are on camera. They look really good. The gold painting I just took from a simple gold paint. And I did that because Ryan's model has gold stripes on it, but they're very thin, so they don't stand out too much unless it's like in a light and it shines a bit. But I thought, wow, this is really bright stuff. Something about it doesn't look right. And then I took another look at Ryan from the movie, Soto's Legend of the Lost Treasure, and I realized his paint lining wasn't really gold. It was more of a yellow-white mixture, and I didn't want to go mixing paints again because that would create even more hassle. But I am overall satisfied with the way this Ryan model looks, with the colors and everything, and its build and shape. I modeled this mostly after here at the Japanese train, but when I saw his video, I said, something about it doesn't look right. Ryan looks too big. And at first I thought, what are you talking about? What do you mean it looks too big? Are you just so used to this one that you think this is too big? But then I said, no, I think the problem is his smoke box or head area just sticks out a little too much. And I said, why is that? So you might have already noticed there's two differences that I made between here the Japanese trains version and my version. One of which was I shortened the funnel because I looked at Whiff's funnel and how tall it was and I said, I don't like that. That doesn't look right. Ryan has one of the shortest funnels I've seen. I think it's the same size as Gordon. And in fact, I even considered taking Whiff's smoke box off and replacing it with one of Gordon's, but I tried that, and even the smallest Gordon smoke box is way too big for that take and play face. So that didn't work. So instead, I just used a bench grinder to whittle down the plastic. So it's just kind of a flat stump now. It's not exactly even, but it's the best I could do. It's simple shape, but so are the old wooden funnels. The other difference that I wanted to make from here at the Japanese Trains custom was I wanted these side mechanisms right here, whether that's a smoke box, wheel arch, splasher, both, I don't know. I wanted to have that on the side because that made Here the Japanese Trains model, its smoke box, feel like it was more out there a little bit. Something about it just kind of threw me off. And he said he might have done that later after we filmed the video, so I don't know, but I was definitely going to include that first. So I got the wood pieces from just a block of wood that I found in my garage. It's the same block of wood that I used for City of Churro's face cover. It's just a smooth piece of wood, and I cut it down very small, and I painted it and I drew the designs on it. And they don't look too bad, but I did realize they do look a bit too big. So, in some ways, this Ryan might look a bit like Dumbo, but in other ways, I'm happy with it. No custom, it's perfect. And I'm only gonna end up using him a little bit in my series that's coming out. I'm actually going to primarily stick with the official model. And now I have two Ryans, both of which I like, because this model is a pretty good quality. And I am very happy with the results I got out of this GNR Ryan. It won't be the only custom video I release this month, so stay tuned. Thank you. Alright, done filming the Ryan video. Time to edit. Well, that was some serious glitching. It's as if I put a magnet up to the computer. What happens if I plug it in? This is one strange program.